Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Right, in this video we're going to be discussing some unreasonable behaviors of women in relationships that men find very uncomfortable. One is nagging. Nagging is a proof of immaturity. Nagging is a proof that you are still very immature. If you are in a relationship with someone, a guy, the opposite sex, and it's something you really want to, work for the both of you, what you want to stop doing is nagging, because men find that very uncomfortable when they're in relationships with you. He gets tired, he wants to move to the next available girl who's going to give him peace of mind. Most times we hear a lot of men say, I want peace of mind, I need my peace of mind. So we really don't understand what that means. If you cannot give him that peace of mind, if you are constantly nagging, if how you address issues, how you resolve issues in your relationship is by nagging, then it's something you really want to stop right now. It's something you want to start working on. Nagging never works. It makes them very tired. It makes men get tired. They become very uncomfortable in the relationship. So what you want to do is you want to stop nagging in your relationship. Number two unreasonable behavior that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable is contempt. Contempt, however you want to call it. Now, contempt is something a man cannot deal with. You cannot treat a man with contempt and expect him to remain in that relationship focused and or wanting to move to the next level with you. It never works. Now, contempt actually means you dishonoring a man, you disrespecting a man, name calling a man, being literally disrespectful. Now, if you want to do the relationship thing, what you want to do is to respect the opposite sex. Contempt is something that most men find very uncomfortable in relationships, and what you want to stop doing is that contempt. You don't want to dishonor your partner, you don't want to disrespect your partner, you want to be humble. Men would always be like, I like them very humble. Do you wonder why men in relationships, they prefer to be with people who would give them respect, people who would honor them? And as much as you are beautiful, you have your good shape and everything, they will literally leave you to the girl who is not so fine, is not all that curvy and all. Marry them, build a life with them. You ask yourself why, like what happened. Men like a place where they are given their respect, where they are honored. So what you want to do is you really want to stop dishonoring a man, disrespecting a man, if you want to remain in that relationship, because contempt is something that men find very uncomfortable in relationships. Another behavior that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable is comparison. Oh my God, men cannot stand comparison. You don't want to compare a man to his friends, to his family, to your boss, to your ex. That's not what you want to do, because they find it very uncomfortable. A man cannot stand comparison. You cannot compare a man to his friends, his colleagues, and expect him to be very loyal to you in that relationship. It actually doesn't work that way. If you want to be in a relationship with the opposite sex, what you want to do is stop comparing that man to his friends, his family, whoever that is doing better than he is. You want to stop comparing. Comparison is something that men find very uncomfortable in relationships, and I know that we women, we do this very unconsciously. I kind of feel like I fit in this space where you have a standard that you want your partner to meet. This is how I want, this is the kind of partner I want, these are things I want you to do as my partner, this is the level I want you to get to as my partner. But you have not gotten to that level, right? I like to tell you that, can you see this person? Can you see how you can become like this person? And that is what men hate so much. You cannot compare a man in a relationship. He is quite far different from whomever it is you're saying that you intend him or want him to be like. So instead of actually comparing him to his friends, to your ex, why not try to make him inculcate some of those behaviors that you are seeing in the next person you would have ordinarily compared him with? why not try to, you know, groom him to the point that he has some of those behaviors, some of those habits that you see in other people that make you compare him to them. So try to work on that if it's something you are used to, comparing your partner to someone else, especially your ex, because we women, we do this a lot. We like to compare our present to our exes. I don't know why. I mean, if it was that good, why are you here? Do you understand? So yeah, comparison is what you want to stop doing. And then instead of comparing, why not make him learn? If he doesn't know how to dress, if he's not good with his perfumes, he's not good with so many things, you can groom him to learning that. For real, everyone can learn. I don't think anybody's a dumb that wouldn't pick up things in less than 6 months. Yes, so what you want to do is you want to stop comparing your partner to the next person, whomever it is, because comparison is something that men find very uncomfortable in relationships. Another behavior, unreasonable behavior that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable is withdrawal. I'm saying this because I kind of do this sometimes, but you know, like I said, we will have the mentality of growth, that you can move from here to here. You don't have to be static. When you have the mentality that you can grow, it makes it easier. Like some of the attitude behaviors you have right now that are not so good, you can literally drop them and pick up new ones. So withdrawal in relationships is one of the behaviors that women portray that men find very uncomfortable. How? You have conflict with your partner and the next thing you're being silent, you're withdrawing yourself from him. You know, I know this can be very difficult most of the times, but that's why this video is here, to let you, you know, consistently do this so that it become a part of you. Now, instead of withdrawing, why not talk about it? I know that in that heat of passion, I know that everything is hot, you are fuming, you want to, you know, react because you are pissed, obviously very understandable, but how about you talk about it? Most people get silent. Someone like me, I become very silent and I watch you act, let me put it that way. So that's my kind of form of withdrawal, and it's very bad, very unnecessary. Like someone constantly asks you, are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're fine? And then you keep saying yes when you are actually not fine. So it makes it really difficult for the guy, and they find it really uncomfortable in relationships, especially when you have told them you're fine and then maybe 2 days, 3 days later issues come up again and you go back to that thing that would have ordinarily been resolved, that you said you were fine and okay and you weren't nothing was bothering you, but then you bring it up again. So how does that make the guy feel? It makes them feel very uncomfortable, you know, feel like you have grudges, you don't let things go easily, and that's something that men find really uncomfortable in relationships. Please, if this is something you do, your withdrawal method is a way of feeling good about yourself, or you know, kind of showing that you are pissed, you know, withdrawal method is something you want to stop. Instead of actually withdrawing, you can literally talk to this person. You guys are partners. Like I used to say this all the time. It's not like a war zone. This is like 2 people coming together to make things work, right? So why can't you talk? Why can't you guys talk? Withdrawal is something, behavior that most women or some women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable. If you're used to this, please, you want to stop it right now. Another behavior that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable is rejection. A man really wants to feel accepted. The same way you, the lady, we like to feel accepted, we like to feel seen, we like to feel, you know, all of those lovey-dovey things. That same way a man feels, a man likes a place where he is accepted, where he is seen, where he is, you know, so many things approved, all that. But when you put a man in a place of rejection, sexually, physically, psychologically, emotionally, especially, we do this a lot. You have issues with your partner, he calls, you're not picking, he tries to work things out with you because you are pissed. I understand that you are pissed, and that's the way you react to your own, you know, whenever you are pissed, that's okay. But right now in this video, we're letting you know that instead of actually reacting that way, why not react the other way around by talking instead of rejecting this person? There's something rejection does. By the time you keep rejecting and rejecting and rejecting this person, most men are not so strong like we think. There might be someone out there or someone by the corner texting him, giving him all of those, accepting him, giving him all of those attention and all that. Now, if you are rejecting him just because you're trying to prove a point that you are pissed, or you guys are having issues, you are unknowingly pushing him away to someone else, and that's not what you want to do. Now, instead of rejecting this person emotionally, instead of rejecting this person physically, why not talk about it? There's something communication actually does in a relationship that most people don't understand. I know it's one thing to communicate, and it's another thing to, comprehend the communication. That's it. So that's why it takes two to tango. So why don't you two come together, talk about this, and resolve it instead of the rejection? Like, this is a relationship. I would only say this. I mean, it's not a do-or-die affair, right? If it's something you cannot work with, maybe you guys can just, please, rejection is something you want to stop doing. Instead of actually rejecting your partner, talk about it. There's nothing that actually cannot be resolved. It just takes two people to communicate, comprehend, and work things out. Another attitude that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable is addiction. Did you know that addiction is like a third party in your relationship? No man can stand a woman that is addicted to something, especially something he's not cool with. This addiction could be a third party in your relationship, like your partner wants you to be there, you guys to work things out, or you are literally addicted to something. It's like a third party. Maybe your smoke, your alcohol, your phone, social media, fashion, something. You're addicted to something, and you know deep down that this person is very uncomfortable with this thing, but you are consistently doing this. You are addicted to pornography. You are with your partner, but you are on your phone, watching pornography. You are into it, like, this guy is not there. Why are you in the relationship though? No man wants to stand someone who is addicted to something, especially something they're not cool with. If you're addicted to alcohol, you're addicted to smoking as a lady, and you know that your partner is not comfortable with it, why are you addicted to that? Why are you not working on it though? So addiction is something that most women, attitude, behavior that women portray in relationships that men find really, really uncomfortable. They may not tell you, or they start withdrawing gently, and one morning someone wakes up and tells you that, I don't think I can continue with this relationship, and that's it. Breakfast. That's not what you want. Why not work on your addictions? Make up your mind. See, this relationship, like I usually say, is a two-person thing. It's not a one-person thing. This person approached you, met you, spoke to you, and you are cool and comfortable being with him. So there are things you have to do, put in the effort to make this work. That's if you want to be in it. But if you don't want to be in it, just state it, then coming into it and making it very unbearable for the next person. So being addicted to something that your partner is not comfortable with is something you want to stop doing. It's something you want to work on, because addiction is like a third party, and it's one of the behaviors that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable. Another behavior or something that men find very uncomfortable in relationships is money freaks. If you're a woman, you are a money freak. I'm going to be very truthful and very honest. We all love money. Like I love money. I would work for money. I love money. I love to be pampered, the whole chivalry and all that. Very good, very correct. Everything, all of us want that kind of feeling, that kind of pampering and all that, but not being a money freak. Most men find that very uncomfortable in relationships. You can't be a money freak as a lady. A lot of people are money freaks. A lot of people are fashion freaks. A lot of people are everything freaks. See, there's something about moderation. You have to do everything in moderation, because in a relationship where you have told yourself that you want to be in this relationship with this guy, right? You have to do everything in moderation, especially if you know the kind of person you are going out with. Most men find money freaks very uncomfortable in relationships. They don't tell you. By the time you've continually asked him for money, you've continuously asked him for money, you're consistently doing that, you don't feel good if there's not money, you don't feel okay if that money is not there, except she's giving you that money, that's the only time you feel good. Most men find it very uncomfortable, and it's something you want to stop doing. It's something you want to stop doing as a lady. It's not even good for your own personality. Like, if a guy out there knows that I can get you with just money, I'll give her money and she's going to come, and then they send you that money and you are there, like, it's so tacky for you as a lady. So what you want to stop doing is being a money freak. Do I love money? Yes. Am I a money freak? No. That's why don't let money control you. Control money yourself, basically. So money freaks, men hate them or dislike or find that very uncomfortable in relationships. So if you're a lady and you're a money freak, you need to start taming that down. You need to start really working on that, just so you can become the best version of yourself, basically. The last thing I want to talk about that men find very uncomfortable in relationships that women portray is values. You don't have values, you don't have visions, you don't have goals, you don't have plans, nothing. You're just there, you're just in the relationship like a statue, you're just there like a monument. Men find that very uncomfortable in relationships. Men will literally meet you because you are doing well for yourself. Most men, right? So when you come into their lives, or they come into your life, and you are no longer showing value, you are no longer, the way you used to be, providing value. You don't necessarily need to provide it for them, but you are doing it for yourself. Show that I can add value. What are you bringing to the table? This is something that has been on and on and on. People will tell you, what are you bringing to the table? As much as that is a cliche, it still makes sense. As a lady, what are you bringing to the table? You can't be in a relationship and not provide any kind of support. You are not providing prayers, you are not providing support, you're not providing money, you're not providing nothing. You're just there, no advice, you are just there for the money. I mean, make it make sense to me. They will get really tired and it becomes very uncomfortable for them. They want to go where they are shown value, where they are, supported. Most men will tell you that I married my wife, I'm in a relationship with her because she's like my support system. I mean, why can't they say that about you too? Why would it always be the other way around? So men like it when you provide support for them, you advise them, you are there literally, you are doing something. You're not just a monument, you're not just a status. So yes, what you want to do is you want to have value in your relationship, you want to have goal, you want to have plans, you want to be doing something, you want to be active. Get a job. Relationship is not a job. Get you a job. Yes. So these are some of the behaviors that women portray in relationships that men find very uncomfortable. And next week, I'm going to be talking about some of the unreasonable behaviors of men in relationship that women find very uncomfortable. And I know that it's going to be fun, and I'm also waiting for the next week. Thank you so much. I hope you have been able to learn one or two things from this video. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up, share this video, comment, and thank you so much. See you next time on the next one.